right, family, thank you so much for joining us again. I appreciate everybody coming on board. If you're already here, do your possible best, like the video, subscribe to be part of the family, and put us on notifications so that whenever we drop the update, you have access to it. Today, I'm not going to rush, okay? Nobody should rush me. Let's take things easy. First of all, I told you that this update, which I did a story about, the Ghana Armed Forces in partnership with the French military for jungle warfare training against illegal mining, or against illegal miners. This is the headline and the details of the conversation. And I told you I'll follow up. But I became a lot disappointed in some of the videos and some of the comments also that I'm seeing, because especially the comment on this platform on the previous video, I know very well that I built this platform in such a way that we build the platform not on sensationalist base. We build the platform putting out facts and asking the necessary questions and doing proper analysis. We did not build the platform as sensationalist, all right? So I became very surprised and very disappointed. Some of the videos and the things they are claiming that is going on in Ghana, most of them don't even know what is going on in regards to this story. All right, I told you I'll follow up to find out if truly the Sahel is in danger or what, because I saw a lot of big video, about that. So this video, we are going to speak to the motive of the Ghana government and the motive of the French troops. All right, and I'll link the conversation even to how the U.S. military activity in Ghana. You know, we are talking about the U.S. having facilities in Ghana and then having a base in Ghana and doing. We are going to have that conversation. Right. Let's lay a solid foundation right here. This is Ghana under John Dramani Mahama. All right. When Ghana was under President Akufo-Addo and he went to the United States and practically sabotaging the Sahel, the video went viral. We all spoke about it. I was one of the loudest voices. But that time, it was even very critical for an activist to speak on issues like that because of national security. But I was ready to be arrested in the conversation because we care so much about the Sahel. So if there's a conspiracy in Ghana going on about the Sahel, I'll be the first person to start shouting about it right here. I don't care, get arrested. But you see, we know the stand of the president of Ghana. The president of Ghana was the one who came on board. Even when Akufo-Addo went and did the Kokonsa or trying to sabotage the Sahel, requesting that you want to work with the United States so that they can push against the forces protecting the Sahel. I mean, he condemns it. This man condemns African Union, condemns, ECOWAS, of trying to take serious radical action against the Sahel. No, he came and actually united the Sahel together with African Union, ECOWAS, and there is kind of like peace. ECOWAS is not moving towards the Sahel today. African Union is not moving towards the Sahel today, thanks to him. This is the same person right now as we're speaking, pushing for the agenda of the borders being removed. One of the statements he said is that, look, we cannot all be suffering and the Sahel will be trying to liberate themselves and you will go to the United States trying to sabotage them because they have been giving you something. This is the same man standing against some of the policies of the United States. This is currently the only democratic leader doing things democratically to champion the Kwame Nkrumah agenda. Now, recently, the president of Botswana made a statement. They asked him, why can't you do things? I'm laying a foundation. Why can't you do things the way the Sahel is doing? He said, look, the Sahel, these people, they are operating in a revolutionary state. We are in democracy. Things cannot be done the same way they are doing. Because Burkina Faso chased out the French troops and the US troops, or the Sahel chased these people out of their region, doesn't mean that other democratic, this thing, by force, they need to, no, unless they are in revolution. Things are not done like that in democratic countries. Chad, for example, they waited until the renewal time for the French troop cooperation, and then they said they are not going to renew again. Go. You understand? Because things work differently, all right? Ghana is a democratic country. Ghana is not in revolution. Now, the government of Ghana has two responsibilities: to lead the nation very well and also protect his party. That is their political game. Internationally, the government is doing well when it comes to the Pan-African agenda. Even locally, this man is reclaiming control of our resources. So do you think that the same man today who stood for the Sahel against his own brothers, African Union and ECOWAS, and say, hey, nobody should get closer, he warned them severally, telling them that they should pay attention to themselves because the problem is not from the Sahel. Do you believe that this man will go and bring, how do you call it, French soldiers and say, okay, we want to take out the Sahel, we want you to help us, can you come in and take the Sahel out? Do you believe that thing can happen in Ghana under him? No. If something like that, no, I will start shouting. Yeah? So let me take you through. This is what is going on, which I condemn, because by now our militaries, they are old enough to carry out certain things. Where is this thing happening? How many troops of the French soldiers are even in Ghana? 15. And they are here. Yes. 15. And guess where they are? This is Ghana, right? When you look at the map, now, this is it. This whole thing is happening somewhere here. This is the border between Burkina Faso and Ghana. At the top right here, 50 French troops were deployed here, down here, in the training camp to help soldiers fight illegal mining, which I found very childish. Okay, now the motive of the government is about training the soldiers just as they have been doing. Ghana and the United States, they have military cooperation. French troop, they have military cooperation. Ghana has a policy of not being an enemy with anybody, a friend to all, enemy to none. You understand? So corporations are allowed, by the way. And Ghana is not in revolution. This is democracy right here we are talking about. So 15 troops are here. What is happening at the top here? Here. Is there French troops here or US troops here or any foreign troops here? No. Everybody, I challenge every platform to go and do research. There is no foreign troop in the northern part of Ghana. Those who are putting that, stop that. There is no foreign troop in the northern part of Ghana. That is number one. What is happening here is that Ghana is in cooperation or collaboration with the forces of Burkina Faso to secure this border here. Because we understand in Ghana that if anything go wrong here, okay, our country will be in danger because there are a lot of terrorist activity going on here. So if we don't secure the border right here, a lot of things will go wrong right here. That's why the terrorists are going through this lane. And entering Nigeria because Nigeria failed to protect its border right here. So we care so much about our security as well. If we give chance to the French troop to go and take out the Burkina Faso, because we know those who sponsor this whole thing, we give room to this. Do you know what is going to happen right here? Because we have already helped them fight the terrorists. So we are enemy to them already. So only 15 soldiers, as I've did the follow-up, are here doing the training here. After a few days of the training, then they are gone back. And I found this childish, and I give you my reason why. So one thing also we need to understand is that the French troops, US troops, these people, honestly, their motive is to remain in this region. They can use every excuse. That is one thing we want the government of Ghana to see. But the idea that the Ghana government to go and strike with the French soldiers to come and take out the Sahel through Ghana is not happening. It is not happening. Burkina Faso know their enemy. Anytime they speak, they mention their name. Right here. You have it here. You have it where? Here. Algeria recently take some action. And then we hear what happened. So Burkina Faso, they know their enemy. And they have been mentioning them. Whenever Burkina Faso, they are talking, they always mention where these terrorists have the backup base. They always mention here, mention Benin, mention Ivory Coast. They know. So if Ghana is having a backup base for these people, Burkina Faso leader, they will not sit down and not talk about it because they always mention name. The president himself come to this country. Do you think Ibrahim Traoré will go to Cote d'Ivoire? No. But you see, we are not sensational, so let's tackle issues professionally. So the people that Burkina Faso cancel and end ties with doesn't automatically mean that Ghana should end tie with them. Some of us, we call for Ghana to end tie with them, but the system Ghana is running is different. You understand? Ghana is doing things diplomatically, making sure that we don't become enemy to anybody. If you are our enemy, no problem. We are not your enemy. I mean, that is how the policy of Ghana's foreign Ghana's foreign policy. Ghana did not declare any state as enemy, anybody as enemy. Ghana is open to everybody. But at the same time, our national security and protecting our border and protecting our people around us is very key thing. I understand the fact that African leaders, history made us understand that. I mean, they have been betraying each other. But that is not happening under this government in Ghana. I'll be the first person to start shouting because on my platform here, I put out content regarding the Sahel even more than the country I come from, Ghana. So if something like that is happening, oh yeah, even I ask the question, because these people in the region here, in our forest, I believe that we should make sure that they are not closer to our forest, our mining site, or anything concerning our forest. Because from the forest, their motives are different. Our motive is come and train our soldiers, but their motives will be different. Our motive in Ghana or the Ghana government cannot have a motive of bringing these people to come and take our Sahel. No. And I believe Burkina Faso made it clear to them that they will not see any foreign troop closer this place in terms of whether training or whatever. That is why at the northern side, there's no foreign troop here. And here we are talking about at the Achense Forest Training Center, only 15 soldiers, and they're in the jungle training camp doing the training over there. Now, how about the US military base that we have been talking about? Now, this is it. The United States and Ghana, they have military cooperation. Countless times. Even recently, we even talk about it when the US came and supplied some ammo and some vehicles to Ghana. I mean, they even did it in other countries. Those are things to do to make sure that they keep their presence and their influence. It's about influence. Just as China is influencing the region, Russia is expanding influence. All of them are fighting for influence. In Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, they made it clear that they are training terrorists there to take them out. They are not saying the same statement about, how do you call it, Ghana. Now, this cooperation, which come with the SOFA agreement, actually, I was one of the voices that spoke highly against this. One of my video on TikTok went blast. That is one of my most viral video actually on TikTok about this military-based thing. So the agreement gives the United States access to our Kotoka International Airport, where the US carry out some of their activities, and they even partner and then have training exercise with our soldiers. And during the training exercise, when there is, how do you call it, casualties in thereabout, they give them access to medical facility where people who are affected will be, taken care of and all that. So they have access to these facilities and all that. In the country, we are saying that they should stop them. We want them to go. We want them to go. Because the SOFA agreement is not clear. So I'm telling you on authority as a brother man and the Pan-Africanists that you have known for long, that there is no agenda between the Ghana government and any foreign troop to take out the Sahel or do any agenda against the Sahel. Recently, when United States started their operation in Nigeria, we begin to ask questions that, hey, why are you operating somewhere around the border of Niger? We don't want any of your missiles to cross that lane and then enter Niger. We give warning here that, look, these people, they are in the region, their motive is different. That is one thing we want, the angle we want our leaders to see. Their motive is different from the motive of our leaders. That is what we want them to see. So if you are bringing them in, their motive is different. You also, the government, your motive will be different. These are the reasons why we are calling that they should end this. Because even right now, the Galamsey fight that they say they should come and fight in Ghana, honestly, as I'm speaking to you right now, the fight is useless. Because people in authority are taking tax. They are taxing people, mandating them to go and destroy the environment. And if the soldiers or the police personnel come and arrest them and seize their machines and then their excavators, they will come and pay, and then they will give it back to them. They will go to the next, mining field. So this whole thing is not working, by the way. But the point in regard to the Sahel, there is no threat from Ghana to Sahel, because we know the stand of the president. You know very well my platform is not affiliated to any political party. Sometimes I blast him here. Another time I'm praising him here. Another time I'm blasting him. So when I'm telling you that, we know his stand. He will not allow that to happen. So, in simple, it is not that they carry plane and then French troops, like hundreds and thousands of them landed in Ghana and they are on the way to Burkina Faso, and as how people are making it look like. 15 soldiers are here. 15 soldiers are here. And I said it in my previous video. In my previous video, I did not make any allegation of these people coming after Burkina Faso, but I said it that these people, they will use every excuses for monitoring purpose to be in our region. Because We know, and the world know, that some of these people who have become terrorists on our mining field, like DRC, like this, and things are happening around. Some of these people who are helping the soldiers are the same people using one hand to be supplying these people. So that is where I was drawing the attention of the government to see that we cannot be inviting the source of the problem to come and solve the problem. That's just what I'm saying. But to say that there's a threat from Ghana to the Sahel is far no. So those of you making this allegation, no, it is nothing like that. Ghana government is not in agreement with any foreign troops to take out Burkina Faso. Ghana and Burkina Faso are in a serious cooperation. At the top here, Ghana is making sure that they are having the back of Burkina Faso here. It's not like this place where the threat is coming from here. Ghana is making sure that the threat does not come here. It's eliminated here. That's why they are running through this line. I told you many times. That's why Nigeria is having a problem. Why are they not going to this place? This place, they already have base. And they are okay over there. They are doing their business over there. So when you sign a pact with them, as Ibrahim Traore said, they don't worry you, okay? But here, why not Benin? Recently, Niamey closed its border with Benin. Why? Because they said there are French troops in Benin who are training the people worrying them to come and disturb them. They are sharing intelligence and things with them. That's why they closed the border. Why is Burkina Faso not saying anything about Ghana here? It is because they are also tracking process. So please, that thing that Ghana government is trying to take out Burkina Faso, so they brought French troops, those of you putting that out there, you are sensationists, okay? That is not Pan-Africanism. Of course, 15 troops are in Ghana, 15 soldiers from France are in Ghana, training the soldiers here. Why? Because of Galamsey. And I find it ridiculous, because after many years of independence, why can't we ourselves tackle Galamsey? Why would the government do that? I think that is a waste of resources in the first place and energy. Anyway, still, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. All right, respect.